Hey guys, it's your girl Jules. We are back with another reading wrap up. And so I'm actually impressed with myself this month. Last month was not the greatest month for me, and that was mostly because I was just like in the middle of this huge book, if y'all remember. And I finally finished it. I finally finished it. And that I'm going to show you guys is The Chronicles of Narnia. I finally finished it. It literally took me like 2 months. 2 months to finish this entire thing. Now, again, I'm going to say it again, how technically there are 7 books in here, just in this one book. But I finally finished it. I'm so happy. I definitely enjoyed it. I very much enjoyed reading this book, but like the print is so small. It just took so long to read, especially since I'm not a fast reader. I'm not at all. So this book took so long to read, but I did actually enjoy it. I wouldn't quite rate it a 5-star, and that was mostly because just by the end it just burned me out because of how long it was. Even though it's 7 separate books in here, it still just burnt me out a little bit. I was like, oh my gosh. So I'm gonna give this a 3.5 star, only because towards the end of it anyways, like once I got to about maybe this much left. Well, more so. Well, yes, more so like this much. Do a little cute illustration. But look at me getting distracted per usual. But I would say, yeah, about like this much left in the book. I was just like so burnt out, and I was like, oh my goodness, I cannot wait to finish this book so I can finally move on to the next one. But I finally finished it. I'm so excited. And because I finished that, I did actually end up watching the entire trilogy as well. I always have loved the Chronicles of Narnia, Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe movie, but I never really got into Prince Caspian or the Dawn Treader for movie-wise. So I actually watched the full Prince Caspian for the first time, and I also watched Dawn Treader for the first time ever after I read that book, after I finished the whole series of Chronicles of Narnia. And I actually thought it was pretty good. So I was like, I am surprised at myself that I actually enjoyed all 3 movies. First one is definitely still the best, but the other 2 were actually like pretty darn good. But let's move on. I actually did read more books after I finished that long one, and they were very small. It took me like 2-3 days to finish each of these books. So, and that's why I'm impressed with myself, because I was like, how in the world did I finish this many books with only like a week left in February? What? But so the first one, not the first one, second one after Chronicles of Narnia we finished was Future Boy by Michael J. Fox, and he also had help from Nellie Fortenberry. I loved this book. I did not want to put it down, partially anyways, because I absolutely love the trilogy of Back to the Future. Love every single one. And this book is actually about how Michael J. Fox actually filmed the first one. I actually didn't know anyways that he was also in the middle of a TV show when he was filming the first one. I was like, what? Wait, what? He was doing 2 things? He was filming 2 things at the same time? So I can only imagine how that was. Like, he was probably so exhausted. Oh, I don't think I couldn't do that personally. It's I know it talks about in this book how there was at least like a couple days when he actually worked like 24 hours straight. I could never do that. I don't care what I'm doing. I don't care how much I love doing what I'm doing. 24 hours straight, nah. I need my sleep. I couldn't do it. I very much this book actually made me love Michael J. Fox even more because of just like his commitment. Oh, I love Michael J. Fox personally, but I also just love the entire trilogy of Back to the Future. Awesome picture of him playing the guitar. The picture specifically, I'm pretty sure if I had to take a guess, is actually him performing and rehearsing Johnny Be Good from the first Back to the Future. Love it. So that was the second book that I read. Book number 3, because I didn't say this in the beginning. I actually finished 5 books. 5. Which for me, that's a lot. So the next book that I finished was Leah and Camilla. It is an American Girl book. So kind of another reason why I was able to finish it so quickly. The print is just very big, and there's like, you can just see even on the start of new chapters, like it's just not a lot of words on each individual page. It's a very small book. What is it? This book is 169 pages. Back to the Future was like 150 pages. So, and they had a lot of pictures as well, like showing the different pictures from filming Back to the Future. But I'm getting off track again. I apologize. So Leah and Camilla, this book is actually about like these two girls. They're really good friends. Camilla is from Brazil and Leah is from America. Camilla comes to America to visit Leah, and they just have like a bunch of adventures while she's here. Specifically, Leah lives in St. Louis. So Leah's like super excited about Camilla coming. Oh my gosh, like we need to go to the Arch. We need to go to all these things. And I went to college in St. Louis, so that was like very nostalgic for me personally. Just seeing or reading about all the different things that Leah wanted to do with Camilla, and it was like, oh my gosh, I remember doing that myself. It was just really cute. Go backtrack a little bit. Future Boy, I would rate 5 stars. Absolutely loved it. Leah and Camilla, I'm gonna say 3.5, and again, that's mostly just because like it is more of a kid's book, but it was enjoyable. I liked it. So, and then the next book that we read is Amber Goes Forth. Again, another children's book, teeny tiny. Oh my goodness, like was this even 100 pages? Yeah, it was 101, and it had these cute illustrations. So I did very much enjoy it. Because it is like more kids as well. I'm gonna give this a 3-star. Again, more so for kids. I did enjoy it. I thought the story was very cute. Very much like if you have a child who is in 4th grade, very good book to read. Amber Brown, actually, the whole story is basically just about how Amber Brown is going into 4th grade, and she is unfortunately her best friend is moving away, and she has to make a new best friend. So it just goes into that. And then the last book that I read is this one right here. It's called Philippa Fisher and the Fairy Godsister. This one is also, I feel like I might have mixed up my books, so I do apologize for that. I do know Philippa, she's the one actually who lost her best friend to moving and is starting, she's going back to school, but she's going without a best friend. And she, at first, doesn't believe in fairy godmothers. She doesn't believe in fairies. But then, her fairy godmother comes and grants her wishes, and it kind of starts out anyways like they don't really like each other, which is kind of surprising. That was like a little bit of a twist for me, because normally it's like, oh my gosh, that's so cute, like very a little girl, fairy godmother, grants wishes, aw. But like it was a little funny how the fairy godmother, well, fairy god sister, didn't really like Philippa at first. I was like, what? That's a twist. Never heard that. But yeah, the fairy in this book, like she just doesn't like humans in general. She was so mad that she had to work with a human. So it was really funny, in my opinion. I would rate this a 4-star. I very much enjoyed it, and definitely a fantasy. Sorry, my brain is just very tired right now. For me, it is currently 7:54, so it's almost 8 o'clock, and I know that's not super late, but I've been working a lot, so my brain is just a ride right now. But I did really want to get on here for you guys and film a really quick, like, what I read. And this pile looks huge only because of Chronicles of Narnia, but this was all the books that I read in February. I'm so excited, and I actually can't wait to show you guys the books that I end up reading in March. I do have one that started. I'm not going to show you guys yet, but I've started one book, and it's very similar actually to, I will say this. It's very similar to this one, Chronicles of Narnia. And I'm not saying, excuse me, I'm not saying it's very similar because the story is very similar. I say that because it is a bigger book, not quite as big as Chronicles of Narnia, but it is a bigger book that has multiple stories in it. So we shall see how I like it. It is also a book that has at least one movie. Well, hold on. I actually gotta count this out. There's movies on Disney Plus, and there's actually three of them. 2 of them are technically the same movie, but they are like different versions. One's an animated and one's a live action one. So there's a lot of those. So I'm not gonna say which one exactly. It's the book that I'm reading. You guys will just have to wait and see when I do my March wrap up. So, what I also want to do though is I do want to watch the entire trilogy of Back to the Future, because since I read Future Boy, I was like, okay, now I have to watch the entire trilogy of Back to the Future ASAP. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog, and I hope to see you again in my next video. Bye, guys.